Carl DeMaio is running for mayor of San Diego, which is a relatively conservative area in California. Now, what's interesting about him is he is a Republican and he is also gay. And it turns out that the gay community is not supportive of him whatsoever because of the fact that he accepted campaign donations from Prop 8 supporters. Now, he claims that, his sexuality does not define who he is. He considers himself a fiscal conservative, and that's what should matter. However, the gay community is not buying it. They feel that it is important for him to speak out in favor of gay rights. Now, he's been very, very quiet when it comes to gay rights. When it comes to Prop 8, hasn't really said much. He's just accepted some of their money. But it's really, really interesting to see this happen because it's very difficult for a gay candidate to even get elected in San Diego because of how conservative it is.
Right. Well, look, I think he would have been okay if he just had not accepted money from the, Prop 8 folks, right? So, like, if you're a fiscal conservative and you happen to be gay, of course there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think anybody in the gay community is going to think there's anything wrong with that. So you can be conservative in other ways. Now, I'm going to disagree, and a lot of the people in the gay community happen to be Democrats, but that's largely because they never had a choice. The Republican Party hates them. So what choice do you have? Now, it would be interesting if the Republican Party stopped hating them and stopped opposing gay rights, gay marriage, etc. Then you might see that actually a lot more gays are fiscally conservative or whatever else that they might be. But it's nearly impossible to support them while they attack your identity. So if this guy were to say, hey, look, I'm in favor of gay rights, gay marriage, I'm not taking money from the Prop 8, people, but I'm conservative in other ways, my guess is that the gay community would have been perfectly open to it.
My number one pet peeve with women and gay conservatives is, my vagina doesn't define who I am. My sexuality doesn't define who I am, except it does. And understand what I'm trying to say about that, okay? When you are supportive of a party that treats you as a second-class citizen, there's a problem there. You have to put everything else aside, the fiscal conservative stuff, whatever it is. That stuff is important. That's part of your political identity. But at the same time, you are rooting for the party that believes that you are less than. And I don't understand how you can be in favor of that. So when women say, look at all these liberal progressive women, talking about their vaginas and reproductive rights, that doesn't define who I am. So you want men to control you. You believe that they have the right to intimidate you. That's the core issue here.
Look, as with any issue, it doesn't even have to be about politics. There are certain things, like if you're making a deal, a contract, a negotiation, whatever it might be, there are things called a deal breaker, right? So you can say, hey, you know what, I like your policies on taxes and I like your policy in regards to the Middle East, but you saying that if a rapist rapes me that I have to carry his child and I have to see him for the next 18 years because he gets custody rights, well, that's a deal breaker for me. I can't vote for you, right? So, hey, I might like your energy policy or whatever it might be, but you say to me that I don't get the same rights as other U.S. citizens and I can't marry who I love, well, that's a deal breaker for me. And it should be. Those things are obvious. But yet we have people like this who then get so massively offended if they're called Uncle Toms, right? That go against their own identity. And it's not a little thing, it's a giant thing, right? In terms of the opposition that Republicans have, whether it's the Defense of Marriage Act, whether it's gay marriage, don't ask, don't tell, etc. They don't like you.